With a focus now on November's general election, speculation continues to build whether key congressional seats will flip from red to blue. It depends who you ask. Understandably, we got very different responses from Joe Holt and David Eppihimer, leaders of the Democratic and Republican parties in Pima County.
We want to do whatever we can to put the brakes on the Trump administration, which means flipping Congress seats, flipping Senate seats, and in the state, especially after yesterday's Supreme Court ruling, we really have to work on funding public education, and that means we will be opposing the state legislative majority and the Governor Ducey.
The Democrats' strategy has clearly been to make everything about Trump, and Joe's answer was clearly in that vein. We're going to unite as well behind our candidates. We're doing a unity and campaign kickoff event next week, and we are very confident and very optimistic of what's going to be the result of this general election. The economy is rolling. People are working that were not working. Unemployment is at historic lows. The stock markets, all of them, are at historic highs. And this personal attack on President Trump and trying to make everything about his personality is not where voters are going to be.
What will the voter expect as we move into November? The Democrats will want to talk very much about President Trump, and I imagine the Republicans will as well, but what's the voter who's sitting at home? What will they likely be seeing over the next few weeks?
Over the next few weeks, the voters will be seeing a lot of information about our U.S. Senate candidate, Kyrsten Sinema, and about our congressional district candidate, Ann Kirkpatrick, and our statewide candidates. That's really what the voters will be seeing. The message that comes through really is a message to support working families. It's our democratic message that we have had for a very, very long time. And we have to keep pointing out that these reports of a great GDP and a great economy and the gains economically that we're seeing in this country are going to a very, very, very small percentage of Americans. The majority of the increase in our economy is going into the pockets of a very few people. And as the Democratic Party, what we will be talking about is growing the economy from the middle out and supporting the middle class and supporting unions.
All right, David?
I couldn't disagree with everything Joe just said more. The idea that only a very, very few are benefiting from the booming economy is absolutely false. The tax cut has resulted in money in the pockets of every working person in the United States. There were bonuses handed out by scores and company after company to their employees in anticipation of lower corporate taxes. The working people are exactly who the Trump agenda has benefited. The thing that Joe alluded to that I think we will be making very, very apparent to the voters is the Democrat Party has swung so far left. They are totally out of touch. They are not what they are. They might as well rebrand as the Democrat Socialist Party and get on board with Bernie and go forward from there, because that's what their candidates are.
Are the Republicans also facing the same challenge of possibly rebranding themselves?
Oh, I don't think so at all. No, our brand is strong and our confidence is high. Arizonans know what's going on, and there's going to be no blue wave. There'll be a red tide.
Another issue dividing the party leaders, the Arizona Supreme Court's decision to block the so-called Invest in Ed measure from appearing on the ballot in November. It would have let voters decide whether to raise income taxes on the wealthy to fund public education. The court's ruling came down to wording in the proposal.
It's a blow to education. in Arizona. A blow to the party, probably not much of a blow to the party in terms of, in fact, I think you may have just awoken a sleeping giant. The anger is real. I'm wearing red today for Red for Ed, and I'm seeing red as well. I'm angry that our state legislature has set this up where voter initiatives now have become very, very difficult. And they've done this on purpose because the Republican majority of our state legislature does not support voter initiatives. They don't want them.
It was a poorly written initiative, and the courts recognized that it was misleading and insufficiently clear and struck it down. That's what happened.
The money that we're going to see in Arizona this November.
Yes.
Is this a battleground state?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a battleground state for us. Absolutely.
Well, it's been made a battleground state by the media and by the Democrat Party. But again, I think that those who think that Arizona can be flipped are in for a big surprise. The candidates that were elected to represent the Democrat Party on Tuesday, or culminated with the end of the voting process on Tuesday, are awful candidates. You can here in Arizona. I mean, Garcia's a socialist, bar none. These are awful candidates. They're too far left for Arizona, and they're going to get beat. And Grijalva's going to get beat. The man is an abomination.
Joe?
Well, of course, I completely, totally, utterly disagree, but you have to kind of expect that because we do not support the Trump administration.
Trump is not up for election this year.
Yeah, actually, yes.
No, that's what you'd like to make the voter
You're saying
believe.
these local races
the
are direct
state
reaction.
races.
It all reflects, and it's all the reaction to what's going on right now. I'm sorry, I have too many people walking into my headquarters every day and calling us on the phone and saying, I haven't been active for a long time. I need to get active. I need to help. And they're being motivated by what's happening at the federal level.
And we have Democrats walking into our office every day changing their registration because they say their party has gone too far left. Their party is socialist.
Well, you know, we've got your Republicans coming into ours and changing too, David, so what are we going to do?
I think we're going to have the two of you back for November, and then right after November,
Okay, great.
we'll
be
play back some of this. How's that?
Terrific.
All right. My
Sounds
thanks
good.
to both
Thank
of you.